Hi, it's Randi Sloane with Real Life at the Long Island International Film Expo, and I am very, very excited to be standing next to Daniel Baldwin and Andy Bowles. They are here for a documentary called My Promise to PJ. Would you like to tell everybody about this?
Well, My Promise to PJ is about a journey that I went on with Andy that took place in Long Island and Syracuse and North Carolina and then eventually in Spain, about a promise I made to a drug addict who I know his mom and dad very well. And I spent almost a decade trying to help him get sober. This is a promise that I made to him about his sobriety. It was that if he got 2 years sober, I would take him to run with the bulls. It didn't turn out that it was exactly what I promised, but if you watch the film, I think you'll understand the journey that we went on.
It was an absolutely epic journey. And February of 2019, Daniel asked me if I'd help him film it. And he was like, look, I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to do all this stuff. And he did it. He dropped 58 pounds. He got an absolute, like athlete condition. We flew to Spain, and you got to know that he's running with the bulls. Like, it is the most terrifying thing. And I have to sit there and film him. Whether it goes bad or good, I'm going to capture it. And I was practicing myself to make sure I got the shot, because it literally goes by like this. But he goes, and when he went around that corner, I thought that he was going to I thought he got hooked by the bull. I couldn't tell. It happened so quick, but he keeps going, and I'm just like, my heart like stopped.
Yeah.
But he did it.
Wow.
He kept his promise.
Wow.
It was an absolute epic moment. This
Had to
story,
be.
this
Had to
story
be.
is just it's amazing. He keeps his promise. It's like what everybody should do. When they make a promise to their friend, they should keep it.
Absolutely.
And he did, and it's heartfelt and it's touching.
I want to ask you something. Look, nobody can argue that the market's out there, resources, organizations, about addiction. There is help. There is help out there. Yet the numbers continue to rise.
Well,
why?
when Ebola came into Dallas International Airport, the federal government spent $650 million in response in 24 hours. We have still yet to see a single dollar spent on addiction, on the heroin and the opioid problem that we have in this country. And 75,000 people between the ages of 15 and 25 died last year. That's more than the Vietnam War. So you have to ask yourself, with COVID, I thought actually it might slow things down because addicts wouldn't be around as much. Actually, it made it worse. They're in their disease, they're home and they're alone. They're still dying, and I'm still waiting for the task force in Washington or somebody to kick in some money, because there's a lot of these guys out there and girls that don't have insurance. So,
Right.
I guess they'll wait till it's 200,000 or whatever. Think about this one statistic. 10 years ago, addiction and overdosing wasn't in the top 20 causes of death in this country. It is now the number one cause of death between the ages of 0 and 50. Number one in 10 years. So if that's not, believe me, if you've lost someone from COVID, God bless you, I'm so sorry for your loss. I realize it's a terrible problem. This is a huge problem that we're having. Huge problem for decades, and we're not doing anything about it financially. And until we do, it'll just keep rising.
Absolutely. And even on Long Island, there's a huge heroin problem. And I know all over the country, all over the world, we're dealing with this. But being here, I'm just saying that we have a very big problem here.
Heroin is the drug that PJ overdosed and died from, and he was clean for 3 years. He shot up once, and it had fentanyl in it, right?
Fentanyl.
And it just took his life. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, and I know you have to go, what message do you think PJ would want people to walk away with after seeing this film?
Please get help. That would be his message. I know I went to his mom and dad and I told them what I was thinking about doing. And remember, I had a decade invested in this kid. This was not the script that I wrote. So I thought he was going to be the guy that helped me with younger addicts, because I'm getting a little older now. And it didn't turn out the story didn't end the way I thought it was going to end. So, I said to his mom, do you think that PJ would allow me to use his death to try to save other lives? And she stood straight up and said, absolutely, he would want that. And I said, okay, I'm going to make the movie.
That's good. That's wonderful. What do you miss most about PJ?
he had a very witty sense of humor. We would joust, you know, we would fence with each other, and I miss those battles, arguing over sports and arguing over politics, and you know, he just was, and his giving nature. He literally, there's a section in the movie where he takes his shoes off and gives them to a kid who had torn flip-flops. He goes, "Don't worry about it, I have shoes at home." And he was literally, when you say the shirt off your back, I mean, he literally was that guy.
Yeah.
So I miss his loving nature.
Well, I just want to say thank you for sharing your movie with the world, and we need more of this, really, to let people know what is going on and raise awareness. So thank you. Thank you and good luck.
God bless you.
Yes, and where can we find any information on social media about the film?
Well, if you just Google Watch My Promise to PJ, it's on Tubi, it's on Google Play, it's on
YouTube, iTunes, Apple TV.
Yeah,
it's on a lot of platforms.
Andy Bowles and Daniel Baldwin, My Promise to PJ.
Thank you.